Last video, we finished animating the travel layer here. And now let's go to this is a shadow of the luggage. Let's find, this is do you like to? So we can animate this first. Let's say this text come in within 1.5 seconds. So let's hit P on keyboard for position property, hit the stopwatch here to add a keyframe, and then go back to 0 seconds, and then drag this all the way up outside the frame. Let's pull up the rotation as well, Shift R. Make sure we have the rotation activated over here, and then go down. I want the rotation to kind of like be like this, and then maybe come in to the left, and then the next couple frames go to the right, and then remember we set opposite values, -11 just now, so we can put +14. Oops, why is this all the way down? I need to drag it back up. +12 maybe, and then down here let's do -5. Let's change the position a little bit as well. Go down. And then just before it settles, I want a overshoot. Just it's gone over like this. And then I want this value to be +3. Go back, settle down. Let's copy all the keyframes. Right click, toggle hold keyframes. Let's pull up this isolate icon and make sure we can also isolate this little rectangle as well, because there is kind of the same element. Let's preview this. That's good. It comes from the top. It's pretty fun, and there's more like a stop motion. And that's your stop motion for this element. Looks pretty good. Let's turn off the isolate. Now we have a couple birds here in the sky. So what we need to do is I want the bird to kind of fly from the right to the left. So what we need to do is we need to pull up position property and rotation property. Maybe within 2 seconds, I want it to fly off the screen. So it's gonna be outside, and then from 0 seconds, I want it to come in from here all the way down. Make sure I click on this keyframe here to add a keyframe on the rotation. And then when it comes up, I want the bird to kind of rotate a little bit, and then drag this position value here. And then over here, I can just rotate it to a positive value, maybe here, and then drag it on top. Just give it some randomness, as if the bird is flying. -4 or -3. And then this last one here, I can drag it down. So this is a path of the bird. And then I can pull these 2 keyframes closer to the rest of them. Select all of them, right click, toggle hold keyframe. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. I feel like the bird is actually flying off the screen. If I just toggle the isolate button here, and then maybe we can isolate the background as well. Let's see the background and the bird. Something like that. That looks pretty decent. All right, we have the bird ready. And then what is this layer 33? This layer 33 is our luggage. Oh, it's the screen shadow of the luggage. So let's go to the luggage. I want the luggage to come in from the right. So hit P on the position property. Maybe it can settle within like 1 second or something. Let's hit a keyframe on the position. This is the final state, and then go back to 0 seconds. Drag the X position all the way to the right, and the luggage can just slide in like this. It's got wheels And it doesn't have to be stop motion for this one. It can just slide in like that. That will do. And then we have this little dot here. For the dots, we can just pull up the scale property, hit S on the keyboard, and then put a keyframe, and then change the starting point to 0. So we got a 0 to 100% expansion here. Make sure I put a keyframe velocity as 66. Let's save the file. Command S, save the file. And for the little luggage here, I want this shadow to always go with the luggage. So let's move the timeline indicator to where the luggage has stopped moving, around 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds. And I want to click on this layer 33 and then go to this pick whip button, drag a link to the luggage so that the shadow is always following the luggage. If we parent, we can see there's a parent links, and within the layer 33, which is shadow of the luggage, it says layer 2 luggage, which means it's always following this layer. If you don't have this parent option, you can go down here to check these two buttons, or you can go right click and then go to columns and then make sure you have this parent and link option column selected. So once I have that set up, if I drag back, you can see this green layer of the shadow that's always following the same motion as this luggage here, which is what we want. And also the shadow over here below the luggage, which is this one, I want to add some keyframe over here just to make sure this one is outside as well at the beginning. Or another way, I can make it follow the luggage. Let's go back to 1.5 seconds, put the timeline indicator over here, and then parent this layer to the luggage as well. So that we have the 3 different elements coming as a whole, as one element. So far, we've done all the animation for all the elements within the first scene. However, we haven't changed any order of the animation. Although it looks pretty good, pretty decent, everything just come in at the same time, so it doesn't look very natural. And this luggage, I feel like it's moving too slow. I need to make it faster. So this luggage, I can let it come in within 1 second and then right click, add a keyframe velocity, which is 66. This is my go-to number. So the next thing I want to do, I want to kind of stagger the animation of the travel text and also everything else. Make sure which one comes in first and then which one comes in second. So I think what we need to do is we need to have this shape layer come in first. This is going to be the first layer that comes in. And then I want this little dot to come in as well. So the little dot and the shape layer comes in. And then we have the rectangle come in a bit later. We got the shape layer come in, and then we got the rectangle come in, and then we got this do you like this layer come in after the rectangle come in. And then I want the travel text to come in one after another with a couple frames separating each other. Let's try this. Maybe that's too far apart. Let me make them closer. Just a little bit closer. All right. So this is going to be after this has come in. And then we have, I want the bird to come in even later after the travel text. Since it's a sentence, so it makes sense when do you like to travel? Do you like to come in first and then travel comes in second. And then this slowly just kind of settles in position here. And then as it's trying to settle into position, I've got the luggage come in around here. And when they try to settle in, the last thing I want to come in are the birds. So I want the birds to come in after they kind of settle already around here. And maybe this little dot. I think this little dot right now, it goes on top of the travel layer, which is not right. I kind of want this little dot to go behind the travel layer. So I drag it all the way down. And then I want the birds to go behind the dots as well. After we reorder everything, let's see what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good. It ties everything together. That's it with all the animation part of the first scene. In the next video, I will show you how to add wiggles to all the elements within the first scene, and also try to make it more like a stop motion style of animation.